Hey loves, it's Britt, and in this video I'm going to talk about what it means to have your natal north node in the third house. So when we have our north node in the third house, we have our south node in the ninth house because they are always directly opposite to each other. So what is the north node? The north node shows where the soul is going in this lifetime. It is a point of fate or destiny, but it's also an energy that may feel sort of uncomfortable as we gain our footing in it. It's kind of like the south node is the comfort zone. It's where we're naturally really gifted and strong in that energy. But if we solely stay there, we become stagnant. So, with the north node in the third house, the soul is learning to actually communicate with others and have relationships. This is a relationship lifetime, along with the north node in the seventh house as well, and to a certain extent, the north node in the 11th house. The north node in the third house is here to master actually communicating with people and hearing them and allowing themselves to be heard. So, with the south node in the ninth house, this is a person who has maybe spent lifetimes accumulating like a deep soul wisdom, and like people with this placement can be really advanced in their like spiritual downloads or their wisdom. Like the wisdom doesn't come from the mind, it comes from like the higher mind. So these people have spent lifetime after lifetime, maybe like apart from society, like just maybe meditating as a monk or like I don't know. um, just like, yeah, kind of apart from society, there's sort of like this background energy, and it doesn't have to look exactly like that, but there's this energy that they have, that they're kind of like the wanderer, or like they're like the perpetual bachelor, never settling down to one place or one idea or one person. They're kind of like the traveler a little bit, all over the place, and doing things, for themselves and their own like gaining of wisdom. Like that's been the highest priority, is like freedom and traveling in the mind, specifically the mind, and being really open to like all forms of wisdom and knowledge and ideas. So they're essentially a very open-minded person now, and with a lot of wisdom too. So now in this lifetime, it's really about learning how to translate all of that wisdom, and it's like the fiery kind of wisdom. It's inspirational. It is almost beyond words, really. So this is where they have their struggle. So what they are essentially learning in this lifetime is how to make their wisdom understood by others. So they're learning how to communicate. Okay, so often they're going to find that people don't really understand them. Specifically, maybe they don't understand what they're talking about. Okay, because they vibrate on such a different frequency, and they have this like previous lifetime heritage of like being totally out there, like the eccentric, or like their relationship to source and their own wisdom is like above the other human relationships. So in this lifetime, they're going to find that maybe people miss the point of what they're saying. And so they are learning how to, translate this wisdom and knowledge into human terms. And so it really is about learning how to communicate, learning tact, learning how to, put in the extra mile to really be understood by another. And there's also like this subconscious fear with these nodes that if they commit to one idea, or one person, or really focus on one place to live, or like really center their energy, that they're going to miss out on all of this myriad of experiences out there. So what they're learning is how to balance those two urges, the one to be broad and all things to all people, and really like be free to roam wherever they want in their mind and physically. Balancing that urge with actually coming down to earth and coming down to reality, and focusing long enough on one thing or one person or one place to really center their energies and make sense to people and make sense to even themselves. So whenever we have like you have to look at the sign that the nodes are in as well to see what energy this is really taking place in, because this is just talking about the houses right now, but these nodes do have kind of like a mutable energy, right? So these are the people that can be a little bit all over the place, right? And so with this one though, the gift from past lifetimes, or from even this lifetime, what they naturally just excel at is really teaching. And it can't really be understated or overstated, I mean, how wise they really are. And like, so these are the people that they're not going to be bogged down by like the rules, or certain schools of thought. Like, they can take bits from everything and synthesize it into something else. And it's complex, but it's like these people are capable of genius and really being like next level thought leaders. But their lesson in this lifetime is to actually make that make sense to people, and focus on the person that they're actually communicating with, and understanding them and listening to them, and really becoming more personal. And the sign that the North Node is in is really going to show how they need to do that, and what energy they need to bring through, right? And the sign of the South Node is going to show the energy that they're really strong in, that they can build upon to then make themselves more understandable in the realm of their North Node path. So yeah, it's a really interesting placement to see. And these people do tend to have, I mean, whatever nodes, signs they're in, there is sort of like a free-spirited energy behind these people, and they are kind of hard to pin down. Like, they usually like to travel, they usually like to roam, they're really natural at moving on from something once they feel restricted by it. So what they are learning in this lifetime is to actually settle down and focus on their relationships with people that are there and being understood by them. And yeah, it's quite the genius placement though, and these can be very fun people. So I hope this was helpful, you guys. I'd love to hear your experiences of living with this placement, how it's been for you, or living with someone else with this placement, how that is. And yeah, I do offer one-on-one sessions. My links are below, and I'm taking requests for videos. If you have any requests, let me know, and we'll talk soon. Thanks for watching.